Howdy everyone, your pal Ral here with some more The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D. Last episode, we started off our journey. We were in the Kokiri Forest, we did all the tutorial stuff, and now here we are inside of the Great Deku Tree. And kill our first enemy here. Okay, so, you know what, we should actually... Ooh, you dropped a thing. This here is a Deku Nut. What it does is that it stuns enemies with a flash. It can come in handy sometimes, but I don't really use them. You know what, Navi? Tell us. Yeah, Deku Babas. We have things. And they drop Deku Sticks for us, of course. Now, if you take a look down here, Navi's gonna be like, you can look below the... what's underneath this web, but we're going to ignore that. Anyways, this is our first dungeon of the game, but it's still more... It's basically a glorified tutorial, so it's not going to be, like, too difficult or anything. But, yeah, as you can see, our... Whoop. Okay, then. Our map here, it's a bit different than what it was when we were in the Kokiri Forest. We're missing a few things, like we can't see where we are, stuff like that. And that's just basically how dungeons work. We have to basically... Oh, come on, I don't want to look at the wall. There's things on there, I know. But yeah, just... Like, every dungeon, it's gonna have a map, of course. That's spoiling what this item is, but whatever. Yeah, this is a map. So, let's actually take a look at the map on the bottom screen. So, right here, just by tapping on the map icon, we can take a look at the map. The blue flashing room, that's the one that we're currently in, and then the other rooms that are blank, those are the ones that we haven't been to. And yeah. Or, those are the other rooms in the dungeon. But unfortunately, we still can't see where we are just yet in the map, which is kind of unfortunate. Yes, I can open a door by standing in front of it and pressing A. Yes, that's how things work. Oh, hello, you. This here is... Did not mean to take a hit there. This is a Deku Scrub. We have to bounce its nuts back at it. So, just put up your shield, and boom. And chase after it. And Deku Scrubs, they will talk once you confront them. Okay, then. Rude. How dare you. Do I need to hit you first? Yeah. Oh, well, no, I don't. Forgive me, Master, if I give you a tip, will you let me go? When you jump off a high cliff, if you hold the control stick forward, you'll roll on the ground and you won't take any damage. It doesn't always work, though, like, depending on how high you are, but it helps. I think this is the door that opened? Yes, it is. Cool. Let's just jump here, and kaboom. I always like to roll, like, right before I do a jump, because I think it gives you a little bit more distance, but, yeah. Anyways, this is the main item of the dungeon. Every dungeon is going to have one, of course. And this one is the Fairy Slingshot. So, the way the slingshot works is you have ammo called Deku Seeds, and we aim with the control stick or the camera, which I will actually get to talking about right now. And if we want to shoot right away, we can just press like one of the buttons that it's equipped to. So let's do that. I'm just gonna put it in my Y button. And yeah, it's a toy weapon. But let's talk about first-person view, because I mentioned it a bit in the first episode, but first-person view, whenever you go into it, like for example, when you use the slingshot, you can use the 3DS to aim. Just rotate it around, and yeah, gyro controls. This is actually my preferred method of aiming in this game, and I believe the way it works is every 2 degrees that you move is a degree on the 3DS in terms of like rotating things. I think that's how it works. I might be wrong, but yeah. And to use the slingshot, just hold the button and then release to fire. And there you go. That's how it works. And actually, I think there's a thing up here. I don't think there's anything we could do with this. Or I might be thinking of something else. No, there's actually a thing. Okay, cool. It's a heart. I didn't need that, but yeah. The slingshot, since it's the main item of the dungeon, we will be using it a lot, so get ready for that. And yeah, let's just continue going on. those things that were on the walls here in the vines, we can actually attack them now. Because if we were to try to climb the vines before, they would just attack us. And if you lock onto an enemy, then you won't go into first-person view when you use items like the slingshot. I don't need to aim for that one. That's a waste of ammo. So I'm just going to do that. And are you going to drop any... No, you're not going to drop any seeds for me. Okay, then. That's fine by me. Now, there's only one more room left here in this part of the Deku Tree. Oh yeah, that's how you climb up vines. Just go up to them and you'll automatically climb up. I'm going to ignore you and go into this room because there is a thing here. So this is a switch. Just step on it to activate it. There are some switches that operate differently, but... Oh, this is a time switch! Okay, yeah. Has a little ticking noise, which means it's timed. And this here is the last item of the dungeon that you can find in pretty much any dungeon. This is the compass. So it'll tell you the locations of things like treasure chests, it'll show you where you are in the dungeon, and it'll show you the location of things like the boss. So let's go back here. And yeah, see, there's a treasure chest here. And there's a treasure chest down there in the basement floor. And that skull icon means that that's where the boss is. And this dungeon, even though it has 5 floors, it's not really that big. It's, like I said before, it's basically a tutorial dungeon. Okay, so now let's just get rid of you. Oh, I can show off the other types of switches here. So, the Deku Stick has a lot of purposes besides being used as a thing to hit things with. You can actually light it on fire to light up this torch. That's how you leave. And this will burn up the stick, but if you quickly put it away by slashing with your sword, then you won't have your Deku Stick burn. But I want to get the item here. Wow, okay. You bopped me. Do you drop any further? No, you don't. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get whatever is in here, because actually the thing that's available here is pretty important. Okay, so this enemy here is a Skulltula. We can't hit the backside of it that has the skull face. That's armor, basically. But when it turns around, we can expose its weak point. So, just jump. Jump attacks do more damage than regular slashes. Now I have to do this again. But you know what? That's fine. It's not like it's that difficult or anything. I mean, again, this is basically a tutorial dungeon. And what are you gonna drop? A heart. Okay, anyways, this enemy here, Navi can't lock onto them. This is a gold Skulltula. These are actually pretty dangerous. They deal a full heart of damage, and at this point in the game when you only have 3 hearts, that's kind of bad. But when you defeat them, they drop a gold Skulltula token. We're gonna want to collect as many of these as possible. I'm gonna be going for all of them, because I am insane like that. There's 100 in total. I don't know why I stepped on the switch again, but whatever. But yeah. Just keep that in mind. There's a couple more in this dungeon, actually. Okay, now do that. Okay, so, now that that's taken care of, if we look down here, that's where the web is. And how we get rid of that web is just jump down. Breaks the web. And boom, there we go. Oh, hello. Oh, really? Link? Okay, then. There. Really? You're just gonna drop that? Okay, well, this here is Deku Seeds that we can use as ammo. And right over there is another gold Skulltula. Easy peasy. Again, it's best to take care of these things as soon as possible, just because there's 100 of them, and you want to make sure like you can find as many as possible. Now here, this is a neat little puzzle. There's a web right here. We can't fall into it like we did with that previous one. So what we do is actually get sidetracked over here with this gold Skulltula. Let's just do that. And I think I can reach that token. Yep. Cool. Yeah, that's all the tokens that we can get at this point. Anyways, if we step on the switch, it's gonna turn on this torch here, which is going to burn that web right here, which gives you an indication of what you need to do to get to that door over there. Let's do that. Go here. Avoid going in the deep part of the water because that's gonna put out the fire that you have. And boom. Easy. Easy peasy. Oh, hello, you. You have things to say to me. Come on, don't... There you are. Please forgive me, Master. I'll never do it again. If you spare me, I'll teach you something cool. You'll never beat my brothers up ahead unless you punish them in the proper order. The order is 2-3-1. 23 is number 1. Pretty sure everyone that's played this game remembers that order. But, yeah. Anyways, next up, eye switches. Hit them with your slingshot to activate them, deactivate them, get them to trigger, basically. After you get into the water, if you hold down A, you can dive. Yes, you can. If you hold down L while underwater, you can change your view. Yes, that's actually part of the next tutorial here. Diving. And we can press switches while we dive. That's going to lower the water level here, so we can go over this little spike bar thing. Can I make it in time? Nope. Okay. Well, that lowers it, so we can do that. Hopefully the water... Yeah, we have enough time. Cool. Oh, and you're in the way. Hello, you. Well, that gold sculpture is out of the way. Stand next to the block, and then push it with A. Because action icons as Navi is gonna, like, shove down our throats. Okay, let's just do that. And we're actually making a lot of headway into this dungeon. So that's pretty good. Oh, let me guess. There's torches here, so we have to light them. Again, this is all like basic tutorial stuff that the game is going to teach you how to do, just so you get an idea of how you play through this game. At least like go through dungeons and solve puzzles. Okay, give me ammo, thank you. By the way, the fairy slingshot, it can only hold up to 30 Deku Seeds. So, keep that in mind. There are ways to upgrade your inventory, so it won't hold 30 seeds forever. Okay, let's go over here into this room. Okay then. Just gonna chill. And there's these things here. Let's see, they are Goma larvae. Not that difficult to fight. They do pounce, but whatever. Anyways, over here, there's a web here and a rock wall that we can't do anything with. But keep that in mind for later, because we will be back here. I'm gonna spoil it right away, but there's a gold skulltula behind that wall. And gold skulltulas, they make a little scratchy noise whenever you're near one. So, yeah. Actually, you know what? I think if I destroy this web, it'll get rid of it permanently. So I can just do that. You're in my way. That's not what I wanted. Let's just do this. Can I roll while doing this? I don't remember. Actually, yes, I can. Okay, so that brings us back to this main room that we came from when we fell in. Again, this dungeon is really simple, but it's a nice tutorial dungeon. Now, this is going to be a shortcut that'll take us back, and actually, we do need to do this anyways. Just push this block down. I'm gonna get rid of that Deku Baba while we're here, because it's gonna be annoying. It's not hurting anyone. But what that does is it gives us a way to get to this torch and to break this web. So just roll, light it on fire, and fall down to our doom. Except no, because there's a pool of water underneath. Anyways, there's 3 Deku Babas here. Not Deku Babas, Deku Scrubs. And if you remember the order, 23 is number 1. That's the order we beat them in. That's 2, That's the third one. And here is the last one. Come on. 23 is number 1. Oh, come on. Get your butt over here. There you go. How did you know our secret? How irritating. It's so annoying that I'm going to reveal the secret of Queen Goma to you. In order to administer the coup de grace to Queen Goma, strike with your sword while she's stunned. Oh, Queenie. Sorry about that. Oh, was that the master they were talking about? They weren't calling me master? Whatever. Anyways, I'm gonna give you a little tip before we enter the boss room. You want to use your Deku Sticks. They're very good. But yeah, this is the boss's room. Say hello to the parasitic armored arachnid, Goma. So, what you want to do is aim for its eye. That's its weak spot. We use the item of the dungeon, basically to get rid of the boss. And... oh, I'm using jump attacks. I'm not using the Deku Stick, but that's going to expose its eye to hit with the sword. I think I can actually hit it while it's crawling up there. Yes, I can! Okay, let's use the Deku Stick. There you go. Easy peasy. The Deku Stick makes this boss ridiculously... It trivializes this boss fight. I didn't even get to show off what else Goma can do. Goma can spit out those Goma larvae that we saw out of its butt, which would make the fight even more annoying to go through, but we didn't get to show that. And yeah, the Deku Stick with jump attacks makes this boss fight ridiculously easy. Anyways, once you defeat a boss, it drops a heart container. And what a heart container does is, it adds 1 more heart to your life total. So now we have 4 hearts, which is always good. More health is nice. And let's go through this portal. Well done, Link. Thou hast verily demonstrated thy courage. I knew that thou wouldst be able to carry out my wishes. Now I have yet more to tell thee. Wouldst thou listen? Now, listen carefully. A wicked man of the desert cast this dreadful curse upon me. This evil man ceaselessly uses his vile, sorcerous powers in a search for the sacred realm that is connected to Hyrule. For it is in that sacred realm that one will find the divine relic, the Triforce, which contains the essence of the gods. Before time began, before spirits and life existed, 3 golden goddesses descended upon the chaos that was Hyrule. Din, the goddess of power. Nehru, the goddess of wisdom. Furore, the goddess of courage. Or is it Furore? I always say Furore. Might be Furore. Din. With her strong flaming arms, she cultivated the land and created the Red Earth. Nehru. poured her wisdom onto the earth and gave the spirit of law to the world. Furore, with her rich soul, produced all life forms who would uphold the law. The three great goddesses, their labors completed, departed for the heavens, and golden sacred triangles remained at the point where the goddesses left the world. Since then, the sacred triangles have become the basis of our world's providence, and the resting place of the triangles has become the sacred realm. Thou must never allow the desert man in black armor to lay his hands on the sacred Triforce. Thou must never suffer that man with his evil heart to enter the sacred realm of legend. That evil man who cast a death curse upon me and sapped my power. Because of that curse, my end is nigh. Though your valiant efforts to break the curse were successful, I was doomed before you started. Yes, I will pass away soon, but do not grieve for me. I have been able to tell you of these important matters. This is Hyrule's final hope. Link, go now to Hyrule Castle. There, thou wilt surely meet the Princess of Destiny. Take the stone with thee, the stone that man wanted so much that he cast the curse upon me. We got the Kokiri's Emerald, the spiritual stone of the forest. The future depends upon thee, Link. Thou art courageous. Thou shouldst... This is hard to read. Shouldst thou ever lose thy way, seek a vision of the path from the Sheikah stone that stands beside thy home. Navi the fairy, help Link to carry out my will. I entreat thee, Navi. Goodbye. Let's go to Hyrule Castle, Link. Goodbye, Great Deku Tree.